Hi everyone, welcome into Drums by Liz. Hey everybody, welcome into Drums by Liz. We're studying a little complexity today as usual. Okay, it's a little 6-6-4 idea. If I was to just break down the hand pattern there for you, okay, and I was using just a pretty basic groove there. I guess I can go through the groove a little bit too. So the groove that I chose to play is 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a. So bass drums on 1 and of 1 and the and of 3. All of this is just a couple openings on the hi-hat, the and of 1 and the and of 3 also. Okay, so 1 and 2 and a 3 and then we're going to open up the hi-hat again there, okay? Bring up your rights and lefts up to the hi-hat there, okay? When you get to beat 4, it'll just be back to the snare note, and then I put in 4 and a. So 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. Okay, so yeah, and I think sometimes I come in and maybe crash on beat 2. I find myself doing that, or maybe on the and of 1 rather than doing that opening, okay? So kind of, tagging off of some of the fill-in that we're kind of doing. And is this really a fill-in? This is more of like a polyrhythmic pattern with different bass lines that we can work into our grooves, okay? They work wonders, really. I've used stuff like this quite often, playing in progressive rock bands especially. Okay, so now, 1 E and a 2 E, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, okay? We're having like 5-stroke rolls throughout that, okay? So this is nice. This is also rudimental. Build up your chops a little bit, okay, in a fun way. All right, so 5-stroke roll, 1 E and a, okay? So that's your first beat. 1 E and a 2 E, 2 E and a 3. So you have a roll on the and of 2 coming into beat 3. 2 E and a 3 E and a, and then we're back into the roll again for 4 E and a. If we want, we can open up the hi-hat, okay? All right, so again, the whole hand pattern there is 1 E and a 2 E, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. You could think about this as 6-6-4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and then 4 E and a. If I broke that all down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, but I would prefer you to count it as the official way, as 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. I'm using the bass drum there to show you that breakdown, okay? So if we added in the 30-second notes, 1 E and a 2 E, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, okay? So you can kind of feel that 6-6-4 in there. That in itself would be nice too. Who says you can't just do that? Simplistic things, right? That's okay to do this. It's just that we added a little bit more bass, some hi-hat openings, just to spice it up a little bit. Okay, so now, we're playing on the bass drum. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. When we count it up against all of that 1 E and a stuff, it turns into then 1 E and a, 2 E, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And it's kind of nice, because it does repeat itself, okay? And then we kind of cut it off at the end. We just don't do the last two notes of the sixth pattern, okay? Because this is a nice pattern throughout it, okay? So that would be your nice little basic bass line for you, okay? So put it together with the groove. 1 and 2 and a, 3 and 4 and a. Okay, so that's just a couple times through that. Now, if you want to play around with this a little bit more, beat 4, I was throwing in and going like 4 and a and 4 and a 4 and, but I think I brought the snare note. I think I took that note off the hi-hat, the last note, and brought it down to the snare drum. Okay, so then it's 4 and a 4 and. You could even maybe do something like that, catching the last note and the hi-hat note. Okay, putting it together into everything. Just have to watch that you don't put a downbeat on beat 4 on your bass drum. You have to kind of hold your bass notes back for beat 4 there. Okay, so okay, so I did that a couple different ways, right? We went 40 and a 40 and, 40 and a 40 and, or 40 and a 40 and, or maybe 40 and a 40 and. Okay, depending on, how fast you're playing this, what groove you've decided to put it with, whether you can pull all that off or not, okay? It's nice, it quizzes you, right? Can I make that as a quick transition for myself? So 40 and a 40 and, that's all that it is. When we get there, we're still rolling like we were in that previous whole pattern. So 40 and a, that's the previous part, the standard part. But now we're going to go like 40 and a 40 and, or maybe 40 and a 40 and, 40 and a 40 and. So let's put it on the snare drum, okay? So 40 and a 40. You can single this out for sure and just keep working on that, right? Get your bass notes to be responsive like that. If you can't do that fast on your foot, you could just go like 40 and a 4 and, 40 and a 4 and, or 40 and a and a. But to me, like, try for those doublings, right? It's nice, and it again, it makes you have to work on a specific note defined in the measure, and making sure that you've got that quickness, that quick recall with our nerves, our blood vessels, everything, making it happen for us, okay? So yeah, and that's important, right? Take care of yourself, eat right. Don't eat the standard American garbage that they're feeding everybody and feeding our kids. Like, I could get on a soapbox in a hurry about all that. I've been very into natural health and looking for alternative healing modalities for a big portion of my life. Okay, sometime I will delve into my story and tell it. And I lost about a decade of my life from bad health situations, okay? I received 2 units of blood that was infected, and I was one sick cookie for, like I said, about 7 to 10 years. It took me a long time to climb back out of everything, okay? And this is why I'm so appreciative of what I do. Like, this is not work to me, this is fun. I love sharing things with people. I get such a thrill out of teaching people and crafting myself as a teacher and helping others. And yeah, and like I've said before, there's give and take with students, and I honor that. And I want students to feel comfortable, and I love getting them skillful. I have several students that are professional drummers on cruise ships, traveling the world, doing different tours throughout Europe. Even had students be on the David Letterman, MTV years ago, and even the Tonight Show. So I have had some good success, and it's so wonderful to know that students are happy, they're well adjusted, they feel confident, they can do anything they want to behind that drum set, okay? And that's the idea. And again, make it fun for yourself, okay? Put this into your life. It's a great escape from the crazy world we live in. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week ahead, and we will see you in about 7 days. Take care. Have lots of happy drumming.